U.S. is the best and everyone knows it. We are the best of the Cold War conflict. I say U.S., you say A. I say U.S., you say A.
USA! 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 USA!
All right, Mr. USA, if you were the bomb, then why did you lose in Vietnam? If you won the race, then who was the first in space? All right, now U.S.S.R. In Vietnam, we kept the pace in the race. We passed it on to Saigon. They lost the race. They couldn't keep chase. And yes, you were the first on the moon, you silly cartoon. Who's the best?
USA!
Who's the best?
USA! USA! USA!
Okay, USA. Call your loss in Vietnam what you want, but everyone knows about the My Lai massacre. Everyone knows you're a baby killer. U.S., you got yourself a theme of killing the innocent. Hiroshima and Nagasaki, now that was an incident. Therefore, USA, who's the worst? USA! Yes, the My Lai massacre was a bad factor. Don't judge a war by a few bad actors. Now you talk to me about killing the innocents. You killed 1.7 million in your gulags alone. Let's not forget you killed 8.6 million in World War II of your own. All right. You say you killed 8.6 million of our own. Oops. That's because we were fighting the horrible Nazi troops. All the while you sat there stalling, saying you'd open a second front. Ha, wow, that was a stunt. By then, we were done with the hunt. So who's at fault for the dying? You, because you sat there lying while we stood there fighting. The U.S. is just a little devil, but too afraid to put their neck on the line to fight evil. Stop evil? You're the epitome of evil, you liar. You said you bring freedom to the East, but instead you brought fire. Instead, you jailed the journalists and rigged the elections, all the while people in the Soviet zone experienced depression. They were hoping you'd end your raping and pillaging vacations as they cry out for mercy on their knee. That sounds like evil, if you ask me. Okay, America, let's talk evil. Let's not forget the poor people of the Marshallese, who you used their island for testing by just saying please. Did you make it clear they wouldn't be able to live on their islands for many a generation? Did you tell them they would experience cancers, birth defects, death, and destruction? You, my friend, are evil. Yes, U.S.S.R. You're right. What you did in the Marshallese created a curse. At least you recognize our bombing was making things worse. So we gave them some money to make up for our bad. What have you done? Nothing. It's sad. Oh, what have you done to help Kazakhstan, Ukraine, Belarus, and Siberia? Little to nothing. We, the USA, expect more to help your countries because of your nuclear testing. Tell me, U.S.S.R., what are you so good at besides criticizing? What have you done to make yourself be number one? We, the good old U.S.S.R., the best, the greatest. We outdo you cowardly Americans. You're the worst, the tiniest. We laugh in the face of danger. And remind you of a few of our medals we can put on our hanger. We were the first in space, first satellite, first animal, first human, first spacewalk, first rover and probes on the moon. Too bad you Americans couldn't get there as soon. Who can forget the greatest bomb of them Allah, which puts all the nuclear bombs ever created to shame and makes your little Barack Obama look lame. We aren't no pansies, we took on the Nazis. We are the reason that Hitler was scared. That's why he used cyanide to commit suicide. All the while you American babies were scared of the Nazis. Okay, we've heard quite enough of your gibberish. You're the loser from the start to the finish. Again, in the beginning, you were a liar. You said you'd bring freedom, but at the end you brought fire. Do you remember December of '91 when your country collapsed because things were so dire? America's number one from the start to the end. You can't break us, we only bend. America's number one from the start, and here's why. We were the first to throw atom bomb into the sky. All your designs were just copies from the copycat spy. We've already talked about how you were so poor you couldn't clean up the mess from all your nuclear tests. You thought you were balling. Instead, you were starving your people of Berlin. You thought you were shot calling. You thought you were Merlin. Instead, you were killing all your people with Stalin. You were starving the people of Ukraine while we in Berlin were feeding the people with grain. Now let's talk about who won the race in space. Oh, that's right, the U.S. was the ace in space by bringing the first man to the moon. And not too soon, America's the best from the beginning, middle, and end. Who's the best? U.S. what?
A.
USA! USA! Dance now. Come on. I say U.S., you say.
A.
I say U.S., you say.
A.
It's cold out.